The way work is done today, it's quite a change from the old days when everybody worked with pen and pencil and ink and paint. These marvelous desks were designed by the architect Kim Weber for the Walt Disney Studio, the new studio that was built in the late 30s and that they moved into in the 40s. So these marvelous desks, these things are vintage, they are classic, they are awesome. And when I was a child and I came to Disney, I worked on one of these desks back in the 1950s. There's not much use for them today since everything we do is digital, but I still have my foot in the analog world. Pen and ink, paint and brush. You know, this is what the artists used when I came to Disney. You know, water, paint, and they created all this Disney magic with things like this. Old school Disney, new school Disney.
You got your foot in both worlds.
And I live in both worlds, so, you know. I feel like time machine. Oh, this is just one of our old Mickey Mouse comic strips that Ken blew up wall size, and it's a vintage piece. And
what do you feel when you look at it? Does it nostalgia or no?
Oh yeah, I think of well, I grew up on this stuff, and this is the artwork of Floyd Gottfredson. When I was a kid in school, I knew I had to work for Walt Disney one day. I had no doubt in my mind, this is where I would be, this is where I would spend my life, this is the art I would be creating. I would be working for Walt Disney. And one day that crazy dream, and it was a crazy one, it came true. And I not only did work at the Walt Disney Studio, guess what? I worked with the old man himself. I worked with Walt Disney on the Jungle Book. So this Disney dream, Mickey Mouse, the whole bunch, you know, that fantasy land, that magic land, it's all very real to me. It's a big part of my life. It's a real part of my life. It's what drove me then, it's what drives me now. In many ways, it keeps me young. When I came to Hollywood back in the 1950s, there were very few opportunities for people of color. And yet, that didn't keep people of color from coming to Hollywood, even though they knew there were challenges because they were Latino or black or Asian. They did it anyway. Now, why did they do it? They did it because they had to, they wanted to. They loved this business. And even though they knew there would be many pitfalls and many obstacles, they went for it anyway. And I think that's critical. If you want to do something, then do it. Prepare yourself, do your homework, you know, learn your job. And don't think about all the other stuff because you don't have any control over that stuff anyway. You know, you can't control what somebody thinks about you because you're Latino, because you're Asian, or because you're black. You have no control over that. Just be the best you can be. And then the color won't make any difference at all.
We're looking at Mr. Incredible. Mr. Incredible is a superhero. But keep in mind, we have real superheroes. People who are doing great things and leading the way. People like Maya Angelou, among others, who inspire us to do better, to do the best we can. I want to thank all of you for being here at Essence Fest. It's been great having you here, and I look forward to seeing all of you. So long.